Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I just love that intro so much. Welcome. We finally made it. So this is the first one. So we were here last time, since the last one was before 4th of July, right? And then
Yeah, it's
2 weeks
been 2
off.
weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. We're back. A lot has happened. Tyler Robinson case. But anyways, welcome. I'm Danks. Dankster's Intel, the Dankster Intel apparatus, the one, the only original American Dankster reporting for duty. This is Real Bayes for They Think You're Stupid podcast. What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you? I missed you, buddy. We haven't streamed in a while. We did share the stage for the during the preliminary hearing.
Oh well, yeah,
with Nate and Matt, but we haven't done our show. I think the last time we did our show too, weren't you away?
Oh yeah, I was in Mexico.
Yeah, so that one was a little different too. You had a lot going on. So this is like the first time we could really settle in and buckle down, and
Yeah. I mean, it's I didn't want to miss it at the time, but family and just sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But what's interesting is that the case around, I said a long time ago, I said we were having a conversation. I think you were there, Bayes. It might have been me, you, Kelly. I don't remember. It was a while ago. And I was like, somehow the conversation keeps getting back to Charlie Kirk, even if it's unintentional. And there's something about this case, the whole situation, that really sticks out to people, Americans, investigators, like people looking at things and saying, this is not right. And it's a very interesting thing, but we end up again looking deeper into the Tyler Robinson case, deeper into Charlie Kirk's assassination. It doesn't seem to get any more clear, at least from the public's eye that we're looking at, from our direction. My direction, maybe you could tell me how you feel. Seems that they don't have much at all on Tyler Robinson, if anything. I don't know how.
What do you mean? They had they said that they had 4K footage of Tyler Robinson pulling the trigger. They had this whole time, 10 months, almost 11 months, we were hearing about this mountain of mountain of evidence. And this was the time to deliver, all that subjective DNA evidence.
They're trying to convict him in the court of anybody
Yep.
can really, but just to infiltrate into the atmosphere for anybody to pick up, and the more people that pick it up, the more it gets spewed out. Oh, I heard he's guilty, or oh, you never know who's going to hear it, and then who's going to be on the jury, and how far it will spread. And they're I don't know why they're not interested in the truth, but the truth seems not willing to be um, divulged. They really want to hide the truth. It is very clear to me. How do you feel about that?
Well, there's a lot to unpack here. And this is the first time that you and me have been able to do this one-on-one on stream. But first and foremost, guys, for everybody that's watched the pre-recorded statements by Lance Twiggs, how do you guys feel about the whole narrative that him and Tyler were in a relationship and that he was a leftist, gay, trans furry? I mean, I don't know about you, but I thought he had a pretty deep voice. Like I don't know, guys.
He could be like a big furry. What are those? What's the monsters? The monsters.
It's just when you look at Tyler Robinson and you look at Lance Twiggs, and you've got one guy who has all the evidence that the whole case is built around. And then, like, from his own testimony, because you got to remember, in the beginning, this stuff all starts with a motive. Okay, if you're gonna arrest somebody for murder and they're gonna be facing the death penalty, you have to at least have a motive. And from the beginning, they told us that it was for his love of his gay leftist trans furry boyfriend, and that he just hated Charlie Kirk. That, remember, some hatred is just too hard to overcome. And then it's like,
right.
you see Lance Twiggs with the pre-recorded testimony. He doesn't really look gay, sound gay, not, to each their own, whatever. I'm not trying to stereotype. I'm just calling it how I see it. Balls and strikes. Doesn't really look furry.
In many cases.
I mean, he's got long hair, but his whole look, he didn't really come off too gay. He gave me more
how they portrayed him,
vibes.
how they made him, portrayed him,
how they portrayed everything, how they portrayed this whole case.
Yeah.
But he looked more like somebody that in Columbine that would have had you hiding under a desk than this feminine, gay, leftist person who Tyler would have just fallen in love with. And there's a lot there too. Because
turns out that he's a reader and all that. Hold on. If you're new here, welcome. This is again, let's ease into it. This is the Think You're Stupid podcast. We're here every Saturday at 7 o'clock, every Saturday, 7 o'clock. And we have been gone
10 p.m.
for 2
Eastern
weeks.
time.
10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific. Earlier this week, it was like I had a bunch of people ask me, what time is it this time and that time? I'm like, I don't know. I'm Pacific. You guys figure out for yourselves. Don't ask me. You please. It's too many. I don't know. I can do East and West if you need, but Central too. I've been learning because of new friends, but yes, man, we're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff, especially pertaining to Tyler Robinson hearing and preliminary hearing, I guess the hearing, yeah, and the Charlie Kirk assassination. We're gonna be talking about a variety of other things, more like the attacks on the people who are actually looking into the how, why, and the who behind. That's not Tyler Robinson behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Is there somebody else? Because could it just be really Tyler Robinson after all that we know? And Barron came out with a possible plan C, talking about there might have been multiple vehicles there to pick up the jumper off the roof. But all of that, of course, is alleged, and all good. But lots of stuff, man. We've also got Flocks cameras, and people in X spaces, and X has been going crazy. So that's it. Vote in the poll. Let us know what you're excited about, and we'll continue in that direction. So looks like people are excited. Let's continue about Tyler Robinson hearing. What about this hearing? Where do you want to start? Tell me. There's a lot. I mean,
Well, we were already starting with Lance and this
continue.
whole narrative. All right. So first, let's look at the motive. They said that Tyler Robinson did this because he was just in so much love with Lance Twiggs, and he was so offended by Charlie and his political views. But then you get to Lance Twiggs' testimony, and he says that neither one of them really cared about politics, that they didn't really talk about politics. He said that Tyler did a little bit, but mostly because he would listen to it on the radio while he was riding to work with his friends, which tells me if he's only listening to it in the car on the way to work with other people, I don't know. I have a feeling he might not have even been controlling that radio, and that maybe somebody who is driving him to work was more interested in politics, and that maybe he would just bring it up casually. But they even asked him, they asked Lance Twiggs, did Tyler ever talk about Charlie Kirk? And he said no. And then he got the big one. Did Tyler ever talk about, like the LGBTQ politics and all that? And he said no. And it's just like, well, that's supposed to be the motive. Like, that's where all this started. Like, and now you have this entire case built off that testimony where they're saying that he made the confession, but you don't really have the timestamps. You see screenshots of a phone where, it just happens to have one very specific crack in the corner of the screen that shows the time. And it's like Lance had access to the computer, which means he likely had access to those iMessages and the Discord, and he found the letter with the confession or whatnot, and he took a picture of it. There's so much weirdness, and his testimony, like, he didn't even definitively ID Tyler Robinson. And people that are for the narrative, the Fed slop, they'll say he said it definitely looked like him. It's like, listen, like, you're dating the guy, you're living with the guy. It shouldn't be, those two bottom pictures. Yeah, that looks like him. It should be like, that's him. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. And then they talk about the Dremel. When they start talking about the Dremel, the tool that was used to allegedly engrave these bullets, and Tyler asked him for the Dremel. So what does that mean? It was Lance's Dremel? So Lance had the Dremel? It's like I don't know. The preliminary hearing gave us a lot more questions than answers.
Oh, for sure. I mean, not just questions, but more damning evidence that I'm not of the camp that it has to be free Tyler Robinson. Like, I don't really care if it is him and he did something that he should be punished for what he did. But I don't buy the slop that he is the only person that was involved at all. It doesn't even make sense. You can see the coordination all the way over to George Zinn, from the roof to multiple rooftops now to the police, just a mess. The camera not being recording, only 27 minutes. It dies. It's like, oh man, as soon as you need it, of course, right when you need it, it dies. It's not obvious enough to everybody that this is just garbage. It's just slop. And it makes me feel proud as an American to see so many others identify the slop. And it's great to be a part of the crews and the people. There's no crew necessarily. It's just a mindset of, I'm not going to tolerate the same garbage from the same people that have been making things just psyopy and sloppy and messy for all of us, dragging us into these nightmarish situations like the Epstein files and like dealing with, section 229, excuse me,
It was 224. Now I think it's
224,
219. Now they're
and
just
also
trying to
six
cram
six
it
two
into the
two.
SAVE Act.
It's just crazy. And then they're talking about, at the same time, they're publishing articles against him. It's like you've never had a country so divided on a separate country that's so critical to getting into our federal infrastructure. It's kind of worrisome. And they try to slip it in these bills, the Save America Act or whatever is going on. And it's how they do, and that's something is layered on top of another thing to cover something else, to cover something else. And eventually we're back paying attention to Charlie Kirk and they pass some bill and it's not
Thanks.
necessarily a bad thing. It's just that, like I said earlier, it all ends up back to Charlie because we want to know what happened.
But thanks. Let me ask you. We had 5 days of preliminary hearings. What piece of information came out that like really surprised you the most? Just off the top of your head.
Oh, well, the 223 round for sure. The
Yeah.
finding of the holster and not documenting or anything like that. There's a few.
Yeah, you know what one really, really surprised me? When it came out that during the 55-minute gap, because they have all this footage that they're like tracking Tyler Robinson's movements throughout that day. But there's a 55-minute gap when he first allegedly shows up to the garage. And then it came out that he had a meeting or some form of interaction with TPUSA staff. Like, I don't know. I don't know about you, but to
Yeah,
me, that was a little surprising. Like that's a bit of a detail that they kind of left out.
welcome to the new members. Court Dog Newsmax interviews were pretty damn weird. Christ is king indeed. Court Dog, good to see you, girl. Yeah. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on, to be
Did you
honest.
hear what Blake Neff said about that on the X Basis, by the way?
Maybe.
He
The one
got
that he
asked.
was the
Well, he's been
same
on
one
a
he
lot
was
of them
on.
lately. But he got asked about that, about who Tyler Robinson met with that worked for TPUSA. And he said, I don't know, but even if I did, I wouldn't tell you because I know that they didn't do anything wrong. Well,
Yeah.
if you don't
Yeah.
know who it was,
I
how do
hear
you
you.
know that they didn't do anything wrong? Like you guys don't have any questions? Like all these anomalies in this whole situation, all the people that think that there is some sort of conspiracy. And from day one, when they said that it was a 30-06, and shout out to Valhalla, he was one of the first people that said it. He's like, well, I kind of think looks more like a 223. When did the people at TPUSA and when did Erica Kirk find out that there was a 223 round on a separate rooftop? Like, from all the evidence that we saw come out and all the testimony from this preliminary hearing, it just screams conspiracy because there is no reason to believe that Tyler Robinson acted alone. And then finding out later that his car that they're tracking was seen on some kind of door cam or whatever, and that there was 4 people driving in it around UVU that night. But everybody's so sure that he acted alone. And then Lance Twiggs gets to give this pre-recorded testimony that totally contradicts the motive and doesn't even definitively ID him. And he gets partial immunity, and all of a sudden we find out his family's running into all this money. It's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but something's up.
I'm just gonna I picked this part of a space that Blake Neff and Blake Bednarz were both on. I remember going back, I think at this point, let me
You
see
didn't
here.
see one when you arrived. We saw the police vehicles, you saw the police officer, but did you see an ambulance?
No.
Right.
It's
not really up to
major-
him.
supposed to be.
Hey, Blake,
ambulance, but,
did you know that
after
he was dead immediately? Like Terrell knew he was dead immediately? Like, did you share the same sentiment?
I did not. I did not know.
So as the
Blake,
shot
I could see
goes
that-
out,
I could see that. Charlie
Why was
shot-
Terrell there?
I did not like. I would not have the ability to say whether he'd been like killed instantly or anything like that. suspected he was wounded very badly because he was hit in the neck. So I remember having the thought as I was kind of still in the area, like, what if he survives but is like paralyzed or something really bad like that?
So
Okay,
there was
so
a
you
there was a
don't
whole
know-
bunch of
so
team
you don't
members
know
that
where the
weren't.
you don't
Allie-
know where the SUV is, and you don't know who drove Charlie in. I'm kind of worried about that because
It's not his job.
if he-
Can I ask
it-
a question?
Why
please?
would I have to know that?
I mean,
Am I
shouldn't
on
you
his-
know
Can
who's
you
driving
I have
Charlie?
a question.
for
I'm
him,
gonna
Charlie?
speak.
I mean, as you can see, it was pretty hectic, and there were some things there that shout out to everybody in there. You know, Alley Top Files and Jordan Henshaw and Louisiana Girl, all of them. In general,
And
we
Jordan
whether
Henshaw
we
is in the chat.
what's up, Jordan? Good to see you, big dog. You know, even people we don't necessarily deal with on a regular basis, or uh, whatever the case may be. I hope everyone's well, no matter who you are. So we're watching people. Like, what do you think about that? Like, why do you come out? If you're Blake Neff, like, why do you think he comes out and speaks like this? What do you think he's trying to do? Do you feel that there's some suspiciousness about the people involved in TPUSA that work there right now, that they had some involvement? Do you think that that's possible? Like, where are you at with that?
Hold on, what's playing right now?
Something playing?
Oh, you couldn't hear it. Yeah, no, something popped up on mine, started playing. Sorry about that. So what do I think about Blake Neff right now, going in those X spaces and whatnot?
Yeah, like, let me know in the chat. Do you just let us know, why do you think, what is he up to? Think he's guilty of something? And same for you, Bays. Do you think he's is just trying to normalize himself because he's not involved? Like, let me know in the chat, and Bays, let me know what you think.
I mean, I'm not going to assume any guilt for anybody. We see this time and time again, and anytime there's like some sort of major event, that you see the mainstream media trying to control the narrative, and more so than ever, we're seeing like just this flooding of the zone with misinformation and just trying to herd people like sheep to believe narratives. We're seeing manufactured chaos. They're keeping everybody divided, keeping everybody confused with different theories, and just keeping everybody distracted from what's going on and talking about certain topics to try to avoid people from talking about other topics. Which, I mean, think about it. We had the release of, or the half-assed release of the Epstein files, which were all supposed to be released and weren't, even though, every single day, by the way, that they don't release the rest of these files, they're breaking the law. So there's that. Then we have the war with Iran and everything going on with that, and this economic bubble that we're in that's getting ready to burst at any moment, while people making decisions with this war and their family are able to profit and make enormous amounts of money. We've never seen like what we're seeing right now in the government. The government has always done a lot of shady shit. Like, we've always known that there was corruption behind the scenes, and we've always seen some level of corruption, but it's never just been pushed and rubbed in our face the way that it is right now.
Yeah, we've had an ultimate level of corruption, I will say. It's been incredible. Welcome to AABJM, Against a Better Judgment, another Club Vatry creator, along with us both. Sup, guys? Thank you. Good to see you. Against My Better Judgment. Thanks for the super chat. Carmen Gedden, Samantha Ballistic Examiner, said dust in the barrel, not debris. Was the rifle even shot? Well, we believe, I don't know, I believe that the rifle was never actually shot, because that is another thing that the dogs would have smelled. What do you think, bro?
I mean, if somebody's gonna plant that gun, it's like, how do they not shoot it? Like, there's just certain steps in this that I feel would like definitely need to be taken, even if they didn't use the weapon. to kill Charlie Kirk, or if nobody used that specific gun to kill Charlie Kirk, how do they not just like let off a round at some point just for the sake of evidence? No.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I was very, very surprised to find out that they found dust in the barrel. As far as you know what, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
What? Go ahead.
It's just when you look at the timeline, right? Like they're trying to map everything out. They're trying to show you all these images that they say are Tyler Robinson, and so many things don't even add up. And now everybody's analyzing these images. And even with the limp, when you see the guy limping, and they're like, oh, he's limping because he has a gun in his pants. And then all of a sudden you switch to a different angle and he starts limping with the other foot. And then like you just have to think about this. They're sitting there testifying that he only would have had about a minute to take the shot. So you're going to say that this guy climbed onto the roof. All right. Like we're not talking about a cold-blooded killer. We're talking about a 22-year-old that plays D&D and Magic and video games. So he's going to show up, limp in with a gun in his pants, climb onto the roof, pull the gun out of his pants, assume the position to have about 30 seconds to take a shot, hit the target, and then get out of Dodge and have the whole escape route and everything all planned out. And then they can't find him. They don't know who he is. And then he just happens to turn himself in. And then you find out all these other anomalies with the different bullet on the roof, and that this person was talking to people from TPUSA, and the whole motive is getting thrown out the window. And then all of a sudden there's the miraculous screwdriver and the cop who ends up going onto the roof to check the scene. His body cam happens to turn off. It's like, there's just the list is so long. And then you find out, like I said earlier, that his car is seen in the area with multiple people in it, but they're so sure it's him. And not only are they so sure it's him, but they're so sure that he acted alone and that he did this because he hated Charlie Kirk, even though he never talked about him, even though he didn't talk about those types of politics. He hated him so much for his politics that he was willing to just throw it all away for the love of his allegedly gay trans furry lover that he lived with, even though they had their own rooms. They didn't share a bedroom, by the way. And then this gay leftist trans furry lover apparently didn't reciprocate that love because he took a picture of the note just in case anything happened to the note. He wanted evidence of the confession note so that he could show everybody later, and just throw him under the bus, just give the confession. And I don't know. It's just the math ain't mathing. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just too much of a skeptic.
What do you mean? The testimony that Tyler gave? Or I mean Lance gave?
Just the whole situation.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of crazy, no?
Dude, he looks like Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie remake of Halloween. Look at this guy. Just listen to his voice.
And do you know Tyler Robinson?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
And it's the same.
What was that?
Whatever
Yeah,
hormones
I do.
this guy's
yeah.
taking to transition, they're not working. They're not
Well-
working.
Well, the first question, he's like, yeah, let me go back here.
Fine.
Okay, my name is Lance Twiggs.
And do you know Tyler Robinson?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
And this is the same Tyler Robinson that's been charged with the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Before we go on, I realized my mic was muted at the outset. Was yours on?
See, hold on, pause.
Again,
Even there, like right off the bat, they're leading the witness. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he's saying like the same Tyler Robinson that did so and so. Like, if this was a legitimate, number one, like this isn't even an interrogation. Like, you would think that if a friend of the sitting president is gunned down, publicly assassinated, don't you think they would have just hauled everybody in connection? Like if Tyler lives with this guy, they're not sure that it's Tyler. Don't you think, like, maybe not arrest him, but bring him in for an interrogation? Like, this isn't even really an interrogation. They said that he made a statement which I found very odd. And even the way that they're asking these questions, it just really came off like they were leading him. You know, like, why didn't he say, do you know why Tyler Robinson was arrested? Like, let it come out of his mouth. Get his own words instead of like, oh, the same Tyler Robinson that did so and so, you know? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm overthinking it.
I mean, now looking back, like if I go to, because I'll go back to my page. Let me share my screen again, because if we look at me page, look at me page. Let's see. Let's look at me page. So this one right here. So this one's under a lot of scrutiny, and I had launched a video. Jesse on Fire, shout out Jesse on Fire, JP Sears. We had done a live stream together. I clipped something that the opposite is being said. They're saying there's 4K footage of the shot being taken, but this is the very footage that they say earlier that week that they do not have that footage. The footage that is, you've been told many times, is a lie. I want you to remember, whoever's telling you that they have 4K footage of the shot being taken and it's clearly Tyler Robinson, is lying to you. And I would be very careful of that person. Maybe they don't know.
Wait, hold on. I got something I got to pull up real quick. Chat. Are there any old hip hop fans, like people that listen to like early 90s hip hop? Yo, tell me that David Hull, the guy that's on the stand right now, does not look like MC Search.
This guy right here?
Come on. Look at him.
I don't know.
Yo, second I
Maybe.
saw him, I'm like, yo.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I guess.
thought-
Yeah, he looks
I thought
like
that was funny.
he's got the look. He's got the look. Oh man, how am I going to take this seriously? I mean, I don't really anyway, so it's okay. That's funny.
Listen, are they taking it seriously? Like, what are we even talking about? This whole case is a joke.
Seriously. I mean that when I say seriously, it is a joke.
And
But they,
it's Saturday night. It's the They Think You're Stupid podcast. We should try to lighten it up a little bit.
that's what we're doing right now. That's right.
He
One more
looks like
time.
MC Search, though.
He sure does. He sure does. He's kind of does. Sorry, big dog. Sorry, big dog. All right, MC Search, what you got to say for yourself?
Is there any footage of the alleged shooting?
There is not, Judge.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Ms. Nestor, given that additional information and anything further from defense?
No, but I think I'd like to be crystal clear. You asked if there's any portion of this video that captures, and I believe you asked of the actual shooting. There's no video of that. There is video, however, and you've heard testimony related to this, where the shooter goes to the top of the low-C building, goes out to the edge of the building, low crawls, and then leaves after what we assume is the shot being fired. That's as close as it gets.
After what we assume is the shot being fired.
Keyword.
After what we assume is the shot
there.
being fired.
That's the keywords.
Right, Brandon Tatum? Right, Jack Pelosi?
Mama.
Benny
Really,
Johnson? Liz Wheeler? They assume. The guys under oath are saying that they assume the shot being fired. Now, after the little the little stunt they pulled on Friday, I think they should get called to the stand and get put under oath and talk about what they actually saw. But that's just my opinion. Chat, what do you think?
They didn't see anything. And the only people that did, they're not being interviewed. Like Candace even showed the guy that saw allegedly somebody on the roof and then the shot being taken from some other type of firearm, stated to be like some type of AR, type round. So I believe possibly there's something else going on, especially if you find a 223 round. Now, could the 223 round be planted there as evidence after the fact to try to throw, oh, it was a 223 round? Well, no, because they stuck with it, the 30-06, in ballistics for the evidence of the crime coming out of the body of Charlie. So the 30-06 round is the play for them, which is so crazy. So crazy. What do you think? I mean, you've seen all kinds of stuff lately with the 30-06 round. What do you think happened to Charlie?
I don't know. I know what I don't think happened to Charlie. I don't think he got shot in the neck by Tyler Robinson with a 30-06. I definitely don't think Tyler Robinson was acting alone if he did it. I mean, I'm open to the possibility, don't get me wrong, but like they need to start showing evidence of that and not evidence of a conspiracy. You know,
Yeah.
like if they would have come out and the testimony and the evidence would have lined up with the narrative that they've been pushing for the last 10 months, I'd be like, oh shit, maybe this guy did it. Maybe we had it wrong. We fucked up. But that's not what happened. And even Andrew Kolvet all of a sudden comes out and he's got some questions. You know what I mean? Like the guy that was criticizing Candace for questioning Lance Twiggs. All of a sudden he's got questions about Lance Twiggs. And you got Blake Neff with Paramount Tactical hopping on these X spaces trying to convince everybody and draw people to watch whatever they're pushing instead of other people that are doing real investigative journalist work and really trying to get the truth. It's like, come on. Like the vast majority of people that are actually paying attention and don't have their heads in the sand or up their asses or in front of a TV watching Fox News knows that this whole situation is screwed up. They know that we've been lied to. They know that somebody else killed Charlie, and they're not buying it either.
No, I mean it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell. You know what I mean? It's very clear, it's evident that there's more going on. And it was disastrous. Barron even said in his shows it was disastrous for the prosecution last week.
I think that Barron is 100% right in the theory that he said that Tyler Robinson was not supposed to make it out of that situation alive. Because if Tyler Robinson had been gunned down while they were attempting to arrest him, then none of this happens. This doesn't go to court. This evidence never needs to come out. They put a little bow on it. They got the story, and that's it. And I think Tyler Robinson was involved to some degree. I think that he realized that there was something wrong and that he was in trouble, and that he went to his parents and he's like, what do I do? And that they said, go to apparently there was the family friend that was a retired officer, and they said, just turn yourself in.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when they flooded the zones, you said this earlier, they flooded the zone so much with all these different potential narratives, things that are wild goose chases. I will tell you though, I don't think that it's a wild goose chase when you're talking about Phil Lyman, when you're talking about flooding the zone with information that is to counter all of the things that look strange, to hire bots and to hire people that are influencers to work against particular people that are pointing out truth. You know, they're actually Barron released, he has his clips channel. This is, I want to play a video, a little bit of it at least, where he's talking about the way people are flooding the zone. This was from one of his recent, it was such a great full show. I'll just play a little bit of it, not a lot. Let me pull it up here. It is worth the watch. This is on his clips channel. It's released 11 hours ago. Charlie Kirk case. Why is everyone flooding the zone after Tyler Robinson's hearing collapsed? So let's play this.
It's been used for decades to hide There's a media strategy. It's been used for decades to hide uncomfortable truths. It's a strategy known as flooding the zone. Flooding the zone is a deliberate tactic. It's not something that happens accidentally. It's designed for a particular purpose. It is to overwhelm the information environment with such high volume of misleading and contradictory content that it becomes nearly impossible for any kind of reporter or investigator to focus on any single issue long enough to uncover what they're trying to keep hidden.
Let me ask you a question, and chat too. Feel free to chime in the chat. If you had to weigh the amount of information that was dumped into the internet that was fake or not real or just AI slop versus what is actually true information out there, let me ask you, Bayes, out of 100%, what is slop and fake intentionally versus authentic and real percentage wise on the internet?
Well, it depends. That's kind of a
Like
loaded question because there are a lot of people that are bringing good information out and trying to get the truth. If you're talking about from the mainstream media, it's probably 95%.
95% what?
Slop.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean, come on. All they do is lie.
Just
Like,
sliding in.
you guys need to realize something, okay? Like the people in power, okay? With a lot of the people that have real power, it goes back generations. Like we're talking about the people in power now being relatives of the people that were in power when Kennedy was assassinated. You know, a sitting president with another magic bullet. And they tried to say that it was Lee Harvey Oswald. And then Lee Harvey Oswald right away is saying, I was set up. I'm a patsy. I'm a patsy. Then he gets killed by Jack Ruby. All this happens in a matter of days. And then decades later, when people are demanding and asking after all these years for them to release the files, they still haven't released them all. And a lot of what they released was heavily redacted. And now we're finding out now that they're starting to release files on MK Ultra, that there's reason to believe that Jack Ruby was a part of that program. So it's like, what do you guys think?
Well, you see all these tech firm founders and all these big AI heads, the security measures, the flock cameras, Tommy G did a great video on that. These people are this country really looks like it's under attack from the top down. It's kind of crazy. You know, they're just sliding these cameras in, installing them, putting them in the parks. You know, I mean, do you want to live?
No, it's
in
not
a
the
place like
country.
that?
It's not the country that's under attack from the top down. It's the American citizens of the country under attack from its own government, who has
Okay.
sold us out to foreign interests and billionaires and the military industrial complex and the banking system and big pharma. Like, they're screwing us every which way. And they're flooding the zone with all this misinformation to try to keep everybody distracted and confused. Like, even you look at the way the economy is today. I think that a lot of our economic struggles are manufactured to induce more stress, to make it harder for us to just get by. So people have to work more, because the more that you're working, the less time you have to actually take a step back and pay attention and do the research and find out what's really going on and why your life is the way that it is. You know, they just expect you, if you're a Republican, to turn on Fox News and, they'll just give you the immigrants to blame and the Democrats. And they'll say, well, it's the Democrats. Like, they're letting in all these immigrants. That's why your life sucks. And Trump's going to save you. And everybody eats it all up. And then all of a sudden, when real journalists come out and you have Whitney Webb writing books about, all the corruption going on and all the blackmail, and then you're finding out about the pedophilia and the trafficking, then your hero, Donald Trump, will tell you that, no, that's just a Democrat hoax. Don't listen to that. It's crazy.
Then after that, Ian Carroll makes Webb, and then you can go and see for a fact who's where, what, who did what,
and then they don't want to release the rest of the files. I wonder why that is. And the whole time they'll tell you that they have to protect the victims. Well, you know what? They doxed the victims. The victims' information came out. The people that made them victims, though, you got to remember, all these years, there hasn't been a single arrest. You have Kash Patel, director of the FBI, going to court under oath, saying that there's no credible evidence to believe that Epstein trafficked anyone to anyone. You know, they can't arrest anybody. There's no credible evidence. Okay, then what the fuck do we even have an FBI for? What do we have a CIA for? Because they're not protecting us. They're not, if they're not going after the people that are robbing us blind and laundering money and freaking trafficking children, then what the fuck are they good for? Seriously.
Baby Danks, baby fund. Who's gonna match me? Oh, we got a baby fund match. What kind of matching? Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Starting a rally. Fern's mom, NZ $5. Charlie's ex-cameraman did a long convo spilling tea. Not on board with FedSlop, he said many were not normally at his campus visits, especially Neff. Oh, interesting. I'll just read a couple more here. I think this is yours.
Bayes. Oh, Amoroso, what's up, buddy? Bayes, congrats on about 100 new memberships last night. Laugh my ass off. People were making it rain. Thanks. Did you decide on your outing tomorrow?
I think we're gonna go to San Diego for sure. Probably what she wants to do, which is Disney SeaWorld, possibly be a SeaWorld tomorrow. Thank you. This one's you.
Carmen Gedden, are you familiar with the environment of Utah? If not, I could email you. It means something. Well, listen, if you guys want to email me, I'll put it in the chat right now. It's realbaysteam@gmail.com. Feel free to email me whatever tips you guys have.
Yeah, I'll pull it up here. I have it actually right here. Let me put it in the
beautiful.
Let me put it in the right here. Real Bayes. Real Bayes at gmail.com. I'll put mine as well. Gmail.com. Thanks on look at gmail.com. Oh, show. There you go. All right. I'll read, I think, one more here. Robin Yarborough, $10. Just like JFK, they had multiple ways to kill him that day. Check out We Are Not Going to Mars podcast. The mic exploded in the vehicle. Charlie Kirk did not stand a chance, says Robin Yarborough, 8322, $10.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Danks? That there was all that evidence of the road mic in the vehicle.
I don't think that they did anything additional to him in the vehicle.
No, I'm not even asking that. I'm just saying all the broken pieces of plastic that were in the vehicle. Like that was never even mentioned in the preliminary hearing.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to mention it. That SUV is gone. They can't prove it shit from that SUV now.
Yeah, that was kind of shady too. What do you think was more shady? The fact that they flipped that car that quick, or the fact that they dug up the crime scene and repaved it a couple days later?
The crime scene for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
But they're both pretty crazy. They're both felonies.
Very, very strange.
They're both felonies. They're worth creating felonies. I don't know.
You know what? You know what else? You know what else? Speaking of potential crimes, I don't know the law. I'm not like assuming guilt here, but I just find it very odd that, you know, after all this happened, you would think that tent, that whole area would be considered a crime scene, right? Like immediately after. The fact that Terrell Farnsworth stepped onto the chair that Charlie was sitting in, took the cameras down, took the SD cards. They said on the Charlie Kirk show that he did so because he knows that people do bad things. People do evil things. And that he was just doing what he thought was the right thing. And then we find out later that he did not hand in those cameras. He did not hand in those SD cards. That he ended up emailing an edited version of the footage. with Google Drive and sending it in for evidence. Not the raw footage, not the actual card, not the camera. You know, he just clipped something up that he thought was pertinent and sent it in, and they said, okay, yeah, great. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, I'm witnessing it. You know, there's a lot of strange things happening. I mean, if you can do like, I'm curious. I kind of want to shift a little bit because I want to talk about this. Let me see. Will it let me play just this? Let's see if I can clamp on here.
A lot of trust me, bro vibes in this case.
The thing is this is if you can make this happen, and I want to know what people think in the chat. If you think it's stupid and it's just BS, let me know in the chat. But this very well could be a possibility. And Jesse let me drop, I helped him with some of the video and he let me drop this piece here. So let me know if you think, do you think Palm Beach Pete is Jeffrey Epstein? Let me put a poll. Let me end this poll that we have right now. The poll that we have right now
I'll start one too.
It is, do you think Blake Neff speaking in X Spaces is guilty of something covering up? Is 80%. My goodness. Almost 200 votes. My goodness. That is something else. I'm going to end this. 194 votes in. And the next poll is going to be, do you think Palm Beach Pete is J.E.? Yes, no, I don't know. All right, I'm curious on my audience here. Polling it up. Amoroso, I didn't want to cheap out with my freebie just now, so this is just a follow-up. Follow-up supers all day. Researcher Daisy in the chat. Yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure. I know him. No, I'm kidding. She doesn't sound like that. What's she talking about? Is there something that I don't remember?
I'm not sure when she sent it.
7:36, so 23 minutes ago. 33 minutes ago. Anyways, good to see you, Daisy. Keats, 31. Thanks for stopping by.
To help yourself get a daisy, be sure to like and share Light Squad. Go Max. Thank you very much, Keats.
Go Max. All right, let's play this clip right here. See what you guys think.
So do you think, like, I mean, my entire, at least like part of the reason why I think people will listen to me talk is because I base all my stuff around like, what's that like? And then I just like to think about the human experience in general. And like, what do you think about the fact that it's like, okay, so why is Epstein so notorious? It's like this whole, like, it's literally the most infamous. I don't even know how to characterize.
I have the answer when you're ready. Well,
you know
like
what I mean?
I can't help that I look like him, but I think what made me a star was my team and myself made amazing content that resonated, and we turned a negative into a positive. So
Buy that?
Do I buy that? Yeah, 100%. I think that they totally capitalized on the fact that he looks like him, and I mean, talk about a grift. Think about it. If you were going to get some kind of surgery, like if you're like one of the most notorious people in the world and you were going to get some kind of surgery so that you could like live in the same area and just go about your business, would you just make yourself look like a slight variation of yourself and just change your voice to, I'm not trying
I
to
mean,
be
if
offensive
you could
here,
get
but-
away with it, I mean, if you know you could get away with it, why wouldn't you?
But would you
He
change your
looks-
voice to sound like that?
Well, you gotta
I don't
do
know.
something.
Me personally, I think he looks and sounds more like Henry Winkler than Jeffrey Epstein. You want me to pull up that video? That image?
You've got, I don't know. I mean, if you want, yeah.
Find one real quick. Yeah,
I think,
you ever watch the show Barry?
no, I don't think so.
Oh my god!
I tried the Irish.
You know who
Queen.
Henry Winkler is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Oh, he does look kind of like Henry Winkler.
He looks a lot like Harry. Come on, look at this. Well, he's older. He's older in this picture, but
The Fonz.
yes.
Where at? You ready?
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of looks like the Fonz. Now thinking about it.
100%.
But in the meantime, while you find that, I'll play the clip.
I think is what happened and it resonates. What
Yeah.
also makes the whole Epstein thing stay alive was his association with powerful people, and also we haven't gotten to the truth of it. The files haven't really been released; they've been redacted and crossed out. And I think people are extremely curious, like what really went down here. So if it stays in the news and I happen to look like him, but I make fun content, I'll be relevant as Palm Beach Pete.
Yeah, I mean, seems like, I don't know. It does look kind of like him. I've seen the comparisons that Jesse's showed me, and it's let me see.
Pull up this picture real quick.
Let
You know what I mean? Like,
let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go.
I
Like
mean,
he's just waking up.
just ask yourself if Jeffrey Epstein and Henry Winkler swap their faces. Let's say that Jeffrey Epstein looked like the Fonz, and then Palm Beach Pete popped up. Do you think the same conspiracy theory would be going around?
If it was Henry Winkler instead?
If Jeffrey Epstein looked like Henry Winkler.
If Henry Winkler was actually Palm Beach Pete, like reversed.
Yeah, any variation. Chat, what do you guys think?
Either way, it's really smart. They took full advantage of the Palm Beach Pete, took full advantage of it.
And myself made amazing content that resonated, and we turned a negative into a positive.
A negative into a positive. I don't know. I don't know.
You know
Something
what'd be
about
funny?
it.
You know what'd be funny if they made a movie about like the tail end of Jeffrey Epstein's life and then the beginning of the Palm Beach Pete story, and they got Henry Winkler to star as both.
Crazy fool. So
What? That would make a freaking awesome HBO movie.
it would be. It would be.
I would
We
watch that shit.
we're about at the point now where we can make our own movies with AI.
Yo, that's a great idea.
Make our own like Terminator type movie.
Make an AI movie about Epstein and Palm Beach Pete and have them both look and sound like Henry Winkler.
We'll get we can get them as the real actors. We'll have Palm Beach Pete play both Epstein and Palm Beach Pete. I don't know.
Right now, somebody's calling Henry Winkler's agent. Like, yo, we got your next gig. What do you think?
I want to pull back to this because it's actually pretty important.
Bad faith actors use this. Bad faith actors flood the zone, and they flood it with bad information, and they do it again to hide the truth. It exploits fundamental limitations in human attention. We just are not made as, historically, humans are made to kind of sit around and do nothing.
I thought it was hilarious when he pointed this out. I really didn't think about it, but when listen to how he explains And it's true. This is what humans used to do. It's kind of what we used to do.
This thing we all carry around with us all day, every day, that is new to the human experiment. Your great grandparents did not stay occupied all the time. They didn't follow the news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They didn't have social media to interact with. They spent a lot of time watching the sun. Sometimes they watched it come up. Sometimes they watched it go down. Sometimes they just sat outside in the midday and watched it overhead. And they just watched cows walk around and birds fly. And they just sort of observed. Well, we don't live in that world anymore. We live in the world of news cycles and social media, and those algorithms reward engagement much more than they reward accuracy. So flooding the zone creates this constant barrage of information, and it ultimately overloads and overwhelms people. No matter how motivated you are, you can only process so much information. So when the zone gets flooded, your scrutiny diffuses. The corrections that sometimes arrive, they arrive too late. They get lost in the noise. And people grow cynical. And the ultimate effect is often a hidden truth. The person with a good lead or who's over the target, they're now competing in a zone flooded with nonsense. And anyone who falls for this nonsensical zone flooding is then discredited by the very people who floated the false story in the first place. In other words, someone will float a false story, a knowingly false story. They'll wait for people to pick up on it. And then when they report it, they'll say, nope, that's wrong. You're an idiot. You don't
remember when that kid came out, he had like some TikTok and he was like, oh, I linked the bank accounts of Jeffrey Epstein to the businesses of Lion Rock Ventures or something like that. Remember? And then I debunked it on X.
Oh yeah. I do.
Yeah, it's like that's so strange. It's like, why would you put that up? There's a lot of that. You know, I still wonder if that video that either French person talking about Candace Owens and a threat saying they're gonna get her. You know, I wonder if that was fake. You know, just flooding the zone. How come she's not? You know. Hopefully they caught him, whatever it is. I'll just say that.
anything that guy says, he's an idiot. So this isn't like exactly like traditional
I
propaganda.
just don't understand why they're not looking into other people, you know, that are worried and scared. It's like it's like the double standard, you know.
Traditional propaganda pushes a single coherent story, even if it's false, and it just pushes it and rams it down your throat. Flooding the zone mixes truths, half-truths, exaggerations, falsehoods, and it just throws it all out there. And it overwhelms the investigators who are trying to figure out what's the true story here. Which part should we follow? In the mix itself, the mix of truths and half-truths and exaggerations and falsehoods, it's deliberate. It complicates the fact-checking process. It creates plausible deniability. And it generates endless content for discussion, much of it false. It operates through a volume, speed, and repetition cycle. The sheer quantity forces media outlets to allocate their very limited resources, and they do it across many, many stories. And what it results
how many different things do you think pieces of images or like the palm gun, was that injected on purpose? You know, like how many thousands, millions of hours were spent on all like meta glasses from Rick Cutler. It's like,
But Danks, how many times did I say that if this was some sort of psyop, like whatever happened to Charlie that day, that a lot of the content that came out, like how many clear images did we have of this one doing this signal and Rick Cutler doing this and Frank Turk with the hat? Like everybody zoomed in real close and it all came out right away. It was just very, very convenient. And, you know, when you talk about the algorithm, they have the ability to turn the dial up or turn the dial down. If they don't want things to be seen, if they don't want things to be heard, I mean, anybody who was on TikTok in the last year or so knows that from firsthand experience, because there was a time where you even said Epstein in your DMs and you were getting restrictions and you were getting your account suspended. So they have the ability to censor things when they want to. But, you know, when Charlie first went down, that was all you saw on social media. All you saw, the blood, the gore, the people celebrating, people crying, hand signals. Yeah, like they flooded the zone in a very, very big way. And it traumatized like pretty much the majority of the nation as a whole. Like whether you like it or not, whether you cared about Charlie Kirk at the time or not, majority of Americans were affected in one way or another.
They flooded the zone with the shot itself in the very beginning.
Yeah.
That was very much so intentional, I believe. Unless it was just so shocking it spread so fast, but I don't know. With it, seeing that was crazy. Fern's mom, 9, New Zealand 5, are purposely mixing up the 4K garage footage with roof footage. They chose words carefully. Oh, interesting. Okay. I see what you're saying. Thank you for super chat, Ferns. Lena, guys, please check out the work of We Are Not Going to Mars. He took rear footage from Candace Owens of Charlie Kirk turned into negative, and now you see infrared laser on Charlie Kirk's head plus phone bullet hole. You're killing me. I can't see it. Please. Okay, I'll put this. I'll remember. I'll put this in my notes to check out after. I appreciate it. All right. Matched. Oh, someone with the baby fund. $20 match from Renee, and a little bit of a baby fund match from Shelly. Appreciate all of you. Thank you.
What?
And MSJ. Check J. Dyer's hot take on Rothschilds. Okay, here. We got a little list here of things we need to check, bro. We're getting requests like DJs. Should we entertain these requests? I appreciate super chats. So, what else, man?
Did you see the images of Dan Flood that were floating around the other day?
I think I know which one you're talking about. The one out. Here, let me.
I'm taking the screenshot from the post on X.
The one.
Remember everybody talking about how this guy is so dangerous? There was the rumors going around that he was like BB's personal bodyguard or whatever.
I mean, I don't. Is that too provocative to show? It's not too.
I've shown it a couple times.
Here, I don't want. The one you've got ready is too much, bro. Like full spread. This is reasonable. Yours is like. But
it's the one on the bottom.
Apparently, it's Dan Flood. He really wants me to put this one up. I'm not interested in that. I thought this was plenty.
Listen, you get more inappropriate when they show an AI Erica Kirk video. Don't even lie.
That's different. Very.
Is that a rifle in your pants? Or are you happy to see us?
Hey, don't get the algorithm worked up, bro. Can be talking about firearms. So yeah, Dan Flood apparently on display men's Morning Wood edition, certified personal trainer, actor, central casting. You trying to get flooded?
Talk about flooding the zone. No wonder the Grindr app was crashing at MFest.
Isn't it Real Bayes Team in his email? I think. Oh yeah, Team Real Bayes.
Real Bayes Team.
Oh, I put Real Bayes at Gmail.
Nope.
I had that shit running.
Real Bayes Team at Gmail. I'll put it one more time in the chat.
Which chat? Real Bayes Team. Here, I'll change it right here. There we go. I need to build myself a website as well. Thank you, Ann. Good to see you, Annie. All right. Let's keep it moving. Real Amoroso with the $5. Thank you. All right. So there's a couple other things that have been uncovered. I have a couple of bookmarks we can run through.
Well, why don't we talk about what we found out earlier, right before we streamed, about Andrew Tate. And the Tate brothers apparently have been arrested in Miami and are going to be extradited to the UK.
Yeah, do you have that?
I've got the video of them being arrested.
Let's see it.
Oh, I wasn't ready for you, but yeah, we'll get it.
Let's see it.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, no guns or anything, right?
No, they didn't draw weapons on him. Don't worry.
All right,
make sure I
one
got
second.
the sound. Yo, look at Andrew's face too. He's like, what the fuck?
All right, here we go. What the hell? What for?
I'm gonna look it up right now. I ran a search before we went live. Oh, look at it, taking his jewelry off.
So
didn't they just get off on charges too?
Yeah, so pause it real quick. So it says, okay, so as of today, Andrew Tate and his brother were arrested by the U.S. Marshals Service in Miami on a sealed warrant tied to a United Kingdom extradition request. So it was set up, requested to extradite.
They're saying 7 additional counts of the hard R, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking, 3 assault counts, and numerous alleged offenses involving indecent images of a child and extreme P. That's not good.
Tristan is accused of not good things against a woman, and more of that, but physically assaulting, trafficking of traffic lights, facilitating traffic lights for exploiting the colors of the lights, I guess, for lack of better words. Why they were arrested in the U.S. The arrests were made because British authorities are seeking their extradition to face these charges in the UK. U.S. authorities acted on that request. The brothers are expected to appear in federal court in Miami before any extradition processing continues. Have they been convicted? No, these are criminal charges and extradition arrests, not convictions. Andrew and Tristan Tate have denied all allegations, and their attorney has criticized the charges and the timing of the arrest. Under U.S. and UK law, they're presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. Yeah, well, we see that with Tyler Robinson working out just dandy, don't we?
All right, so nobody got arrested in America for the files, but they will arrest people in America for other countries for allegations of trafficking. Yeah, I'm not a fan or follower of Andrew Tate. I don't really got much to say on it. I really hope they weren't doing those things.
I don't know, man. I can't imagine, but maybe they do. They seem like maybe they just did some internet shit, but they make it sound pretty bad. Oops. Let me pull yours down, put mine up there.
Wild.
Yeah. Oh, I guess there are firearms. I mean, yeah, it's I don't want to be playing that.
Why don't we lighten the mood and play a little Tim Dillon? You want to watch a Tim Dillon?
Oh yeah.
Come,
Go ahead.
I got one right here in the chamber ready to go. Let's see what Tim Dillon had to say. I think this is from today.
They're in the White House. They have the Congress. They have the Senate. They have the Supreme Court. It is them. It is now them. I don't want to hear about the deep state anymore. You're playing me for a fool. You're playing everyone for a fool. You brought in Kash Patel. You brought in that other guy, Dan Bongino. You threw him out or he left, whatever. You brought in Pam Bondi and then threw her out. I'm sick of hearing about this deep state. All of these people, you have to be one of the stupidest people in the world to fall for this shit at this point. You are peddling the dumbest, most by the way, I hate to use this word, but cringe. It's literally cringe. You watch this and you go, I feel so disgusted by the fact that they think people are still going to believe this shit. Well, it's the deep state. It's the deep state. You guys covered all this shit up. Polymarket has it like that. We're like the odds to put boots on the ground before 2027 is almost 30%.
Oh yeah,
it's like a 26% chance. I think it's much higher than that. I think they're wrong on this because there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There's two options here: nuke, boots on the ground, and you've got a guy in there who might do a combination. Might do one or the other. He might do both. Who knows what the fuck he does? They're in the...
Yeah, I mean, you've got kind of craziness in the White House in all different parts of the administration. You've got it. You've got what
think Trump was just double-crossed, and methinks he's not too happy about it.
Oh, you know what? Let's
Right
play
here.
it.
What about the military drones? Those
Yo, why does
contracts,
that keep happening?
when this war started.
I don't know.
Remember I told
What
you
is
that
that?
was happening
Oh
before.
yeah.
Every time I
yeah.
full size one clip, the one underneath it plays. Very annoying. All right, so this is the Dre dossier talking about Trump switching planes. I think he was leaving Turkey the other day. So let's see what she had to say.
I think Trump was just double-crossed, and methinks he's not too happy about it. So Trump abandoned the Qatari plane in Turkey on July 8th, just left it there. Now, mind you, this is the plane that he has spent the last year and a half just raving about, right? The one that Qatar gifted him for $400 million or something
That right there,
like that.
pause it.
And navy blue.
That whole deal is so, guys. That whole deal with the plane is so bad. Pam Bondi had to write this. It's just so bad. And you've got a foreign government buying a plane for a president, and it's wrapped up under some gift that he can get later. It's just crazy.
I know it's
Buying
almost as crazy
favors.
as it's almost as crazy as if the U.S. was thinking about merging intelligence and militaries to hide the tax dollars that we give them.
Just terrible. You can continue.
Paint job, the luxurious interior, the American flag tail. It had all the bells and whistles, according to Trump. Meanwhile, he never missed a chance to trash talk Air Force One, saying that it was too old and too small, and we could never build a plane like Qatar and whatever. And yet he left Turkey and flew home in Air Force One, leaving the Qatari plane behind. But here's the part that piqued my interest, because the New York Times had reported on why and said that it was a security decision and that the new plane didn't have the same defensive capabilities as the old one and that the Secret Service just advised him not to take it. And apparently Trump blew a gasket. He was furious. He was so furious that he had the DOJ subpoena all 4 journalists who wrote that story. I know that Trump is emotional and dramatic all the
See, that drives me crazy.
I think Trump was just double-crossed.
Oh. This whole all these assaults on journalists and journalism. Of all the people that Trump could be ordering subpoenas for right now. And again, I hate to keep bringing it back to the files, but it's true. You know, when you have his buddies that are in the files, that are people like Bill Gates and Howard Lutnick that are allowed to testify off camera, sometimes not even under oath. But God forbid somebody writes a story about Trump that he doesn't like and they get a subpoena and they have to go to court. It's like, are you kidding me? And listen, I'm not some leftist. I'm a conservative. I was a Trump supporter for 10 years. 10 years. but I believe in individual accountability. I supported Trump for multiple reasons, most of which was I thought that he was never going to do that. Like everything that I'm seeing happen in this administration is exactly what I was afraid that Hillary Clinton was going to do back in 2016. And it's just like, this is the type of shit that just makes me lose faith in the system altogether. Because it's like, I don't know. It's just messed up. Let me just keep.
I know. That's why before I was like, is Thomas Massey really the only one knight in shining armor? It's like, or are you propping up somebody for a presidential campaign in 2028? It's like
I don't know. They went pretty hard on Massey. They're still going hard on Massey.
Yeah.
Like
I trust Massey, but it's like that's how far this has gone. Is that it's hard to even trust that.
They got Mitch McConnell walking around like Weekend at Bernie's because they're afraid that Thomas Massey might get the seat. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to see the Julian Dory skit.
You want to pull it up?
I'll pull it up while you.
All right, we'll play this while look for it while I'm playing this.
Like, he apparently is so mad that they reported on that he is sending them to a grand jury in Manhattan next Wednesday. And I think that reaction is really telling. Like, I think something deeper is going on, and I think it starts with Qatar. So the skinny on Qatar is that it has one of the strangest relationships with the United States of any country. It also hosts Ueid Air Base, which is America's largest military installation in the Middle East, and it brokered the US-Iran ceasefire that happened a few weeks earlier. They have been an indispensable middleman in virtually every major Middle East negotiation for the past decade for the US. However, they are also pretty friendly with Hamas, and they housed Hamas's political leadership in Doha for years. So in many ways, Qatar's entire foreign policy is built on the one bet of being in the room with everybody, America, Iran, Hamas, Israel, like all of them at the same time, because the moment that Qatar stops being useful to everybody, it stops being protected by anybody. And that's a very precarious position to be in. So this is the country that gives Trump the plane that he loves, right? Now, here's where it gets really messy. In September of 2025, while Qatar was actively mediating these peace talks, these ceasefire talks with Gaza, Israel launched an airstrike on Hamas's political leaders inside Doha. So that's on Qatari soil. So if you're Qatar, you're looking at that D-bag Netanyahu going, what the fuck? Look at what I was just doing for you. And this pissed Trump off too. And he had to call Netanyahu and say that the decision wasn't advancing Israel or America. And he had to personally broker this apology between Netanyahu to Qatar just to keep the relationship functional, because otherwise he doesn't have any way of negotiating with Iran or with Hamas. And Qatar was like, you know what, we're going to halt our mediation role. Luckily, only temporarily, but the whole architecture of the Gulf diplomacy nearly collapsed because Netanyahu decided to bomb an ally's capital. Qatar came back to the table. They always do, but the trust had certainly been damaged, it seemed. And Qatar probably knew exactly who they were dealing with at that point, which is this US-Israel axis that would burn Qatar's sovereignty when it served their purposes, and then still expect Qatar the next morning to keep brokering deals for them. So keeping that backdrop in mind, here's what's happened over the last 96 hours before Trump got off that plane. July 5th, Hamas announces that it's dissolving its Gaza governing committee. The headlines were global. They were all reading Hamas steps down. Israel, however, immediately calls it a stunt and does not believe them. And you know what? Honestly, they're probably right. It probably was a stunt. And so on July 6th, Israeli negotiators have to fly over to Doha, where Qatar is hosting Hamas for proximity ceasefire talks. Now, note what's happening here, because the people who bombed Doha in September, Israel, are now being hosted by Doha for these negotiations, facilitated by the country whose capital they bombed. And on July 7th, Trump lands in Ankara for the NATO summit. He arrives on the Qatari plane. He loves it. It's glamorous. And July 7th to 8th, overnight, the ceasefire collapses entirely. The US strikes more than 80 Iranian targets, and Iran fires back at the US military bases in Bahrain and Kuwait. And Iran strikes a Qatari tanker in the Strait of Hormuz, bombing the very ships, the very country that is brokering the peace between all of them. Iran is sending Qatar a message saying, your neutrality does not protect you. My dude, pick a side. Pick a side. And then Israel passes Trump a piece of intelligence saying that Iran has this new specific, very recently devised plot to him. And they deliver this fresh threat to Trump while he's on the ground in Turkey, in which he gets off the plane, gets onto Air Force One, and then leaves the Qatar plane behind in Turkey. But CNN noted that U.S. officials weren't quite sure whether they could trust Israeli intelligence or not. Some had suggested that Israel may have shared that specifically to influence Trump's decision-making on Iran. And Trump learns this after he's gotten off the plane and left it behind and gotten onto the old janky Air Force One and flown home. So now Trump is in a position where he either got off the plane because Iran genuinely targeted it through Qatar, or he got off because Netanyahu played him. I mean, either way, the optics do not look great for Trump.
What do you think about all the Trump and Netanyahu and like there? Do you think that Trump is being ran by Israel? Do you think we're running Israel? Do you think Netanyahu has the final say? Do you think he's anything like? What
I think that Trump and Netanyahu are in a giant dick measuring contest, and I think that Trump is surrounded by a lot of people that would stab him in the back for Netanyahu in a heartbeat. I think this whole idea that like Trump is answering to Netanyahu like fully, I think that that's kind of ridiculous, because if he was, things would have escalated even more. Like, we would have boots on the ground right now in Iran, and we don't. I think that
I think they're coming for sure.
Yeah, but I think that there are a lot of snakes in the American government. I mean, just look at the people that Trump has in his cabinet: Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, R.I.P. Lindsey Graham. You know, like, we're talking about a bunch of scumbags. You know, these aren't people that were always supporting Trump. Like even J.D. Vance was a never Trumper, and right now he's sounding like the most reasonable one out of all of them. But because of his ties with Peter Thiel and Palantir, everybody thinks that, you know, that's probably some level of controlled opposition, because Trump's approval rating is tanking, and they got to have somebody to pass the baton to in a couple of years. So the whole situation is a mess. But I think that it's really messed up. And you know, some people get really mad when I make these like comparisons, but like, you look at the way that everybody, like with the Charlie Kirk investigation, that everybody revolves everything around Candace Owens. And it doesn't matter if it's a theory that has nothing to do with her, if somebody that doesn't even like her posts something about it, it always traces back to Candace, and they always make her the target. She's like the vilified big bad of the whole investigation, if you're one of the people pushing the Fed slop. And they've always done the same thing to Trump. They've always made Trump the center of attention. Anytime something goes wrong at all, Trump gets the blame. And believe me, Trump deserves a lot of blame. He has really fucked up. He has sold us out. His family is absolutely profiting off of all this. But this idea that he's like the mastermind behind everything, and that, you know, everybody below him is taking orders from him and he's bent over by Netanyahu, I don't believe that for a second. I think that we have a lot of traitors in the American government that are surrounding Trump, and he's probably getting a lot of bad information from a lot of different people. That's my objective analysis and personal opinion.
Well, I gotta tell you, because we might change it up a little bit, but Julian Dory broke some news tonight about Mitch McConnell.
Weekend at Bernie's?
You'll see. Check it out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Julian Dory Podcast. I am Julian Dory.
And I'm Joey. Dave, how you doing?
How you doing? All right. Apologies. We're doing a lot of construction today. Obviously, this is very normal wear for construction, all that. But, you know, didn't have time to get a shower before this. But it was because we had to hop right on air because we have a worldwide exclusive. And Dave, we're honored today. Absolutely honored to be in the presence of someone who has been incredibly missing, and no one's known where this person is or what's going on. And now we have proof of life. So Senator McConnell, it is great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Yeah. So obviously I know talking is going to be a little bit of an issue today and everything for you, for sure. I know you've been through a lot, maybe like a stroke, 6 head injuries. Just keep it down. I got to be able to talk, Senator. I know you're used to talking a lot, but like, you know, we'll get through it. Deef is a brilliant translator of you. We were obviously able to get all the proper communications out ahead of time to make sure
the mask looks more like Warren Buffett, though.
Reflected. So
yeah, it definitely does.
I'm just saying, you know, like, I see the Mitch McConnell there, but it's a little bloated. It kind of looks like Warren Buffett.
he looks hilarious.
So what happened when everyone took you out of your house?
Maybe
Steve, what the fuck is he
I had
saying?
just gotten back from the Lollipop Club. Okay.
The Lollipop Club. What's
Yeah.
happening at the Lollipop Club? Senator,
He said that it's a place where you might make some deals on Capitol Hill.
Make some deals on Capitol Hill. Are there a lot of senators from both parties at the Lollipop Club a lot?
Oh, Senator.
Don't get too excited,
Please,
Senator.
please take it easy.
I mean, we don't have any Viagra for you. It's not that kind of place. All right. All right. So obviously, you know, the Iran war has still been going on while you've been away. I know you're a big fan of that. What are your thoughts there? Like, what should we be doing?
Oh, well, I don't like that.
You don't like that, Steve? What's he saying?
You said level it?
Level it. You want to make it a fucking parking lot?
Well,
I got that one.
Yeah,
No
I
need
got.
to translate.
I know what.
Right. Right. So what do you think of the 103 people in the House who voted against funding Israel? I'm just really curious what your thoughts are there. Obviously, that's the kind of bill that would then go to the Senate that you'd be handling. But you know, I'm sure you're going to go back and vote in DC. But what are your thoughts about that?
Every single one of them is treasonous.
Which ones are treasonous? The 300 that voted for it, or the 100 that voted against it?
The ones who voted against it.
The one that voted against it. Right. So you think that, I mean, this was going to be my next question, but we should merge the United States and Israeli militaries. That is your position? Dave, I got nothing.
He said not only should we merge the militaries, we should merge the countries together.
I got you. You know what? That is all the all right, shut up. That is all the confirmation I needed. I knew Mary Madelson was visiting you in the hospital, so it's nice to know that she cares about you when you're at your lowest moment too, more than your wife does apparently. Didn't that bitch go to China while you were in there? Ooh, I think there's some marital problems in the McConnell household. What do you say, Dave?
Yeah, let's just say they're going to be spending their honeymoon in Shanghai.
Ooh, a little CCP
Yeah.
for the. Yeah,
What's
I'm not
that?
gonna go past that.
There was another man involved.
Another man involved. Oh, this was straight up House of Cards shit. So you're Kevin Spacey. You're into that.
Oh,
gotcha. I should have probably guessed that.
I'm starting to think I heard enough out of this guy.
Well,
to be quite
actually,
honest with you.
no. There's some news. I got to break to the senator. I don't think he was aware. So, Senator, I'm very sorry for your loss, but Lindsey Graham dead.
Oh, so he frequented the Lollipop Club a bit then. No, you can't back your way out of this one, Senator. So they called him the Candy Man.
The Candy Man.
Lindsey Graham, the Candy Man.
Did he say? Did I hear him say "rest in peace" to a great American in there?
Yes, he did say
That's
that.
very respectful of you to say that. I respect that.
Patriot, I think is what he said.
Yeah, yeah. They say the Russians got him. Sounds like you know. I mean,
Yeah.
you read in on
He
that.
said
shit? So they came and read it at your hospital bed. All right, you know what? I've heard enough
Yeah,
of this
I
guy.
don't like
yeah,
it.
yeah, let's
heard
listen. I'm happy you're alive, but like, please leave the Senate and you know, thanks for the proof of life. All right, let's
All right, yeah, let's get him out of here.
All right, just yeah, that senator is just gonna be painless. Yeah, we go. Let's go. All right. You just open that up right there. Don't make a fucking noise. All right. Okay. Yeah, dump 'em right there. All right. All right. Yeah, you
Hey,
just
just
stay
leave 'em there.
comfortable, Senator. We got like an hour and a half of the show, so it'll be all right. All right. Let's spec it up. Yeah, let's spec it up. So obviously that was Senator Mitch McConnell. He is alive, apparently. Going to hang in there till August 3rd or August 5th, whatever it is, I'm sure. And then, you know, maybe he'll be healthy after that, too. I don't know.
It's like you can't be mad at it, you know.
Yeah, that's wild.
I had to play the clip. It was when I saw it, I was just like, wow, what a great depiction of what we all think about sometimes in our heads when we think about these people, you know?
What we all think about Mitch McConnell.
Well, in general, like just in general, you know, these scientists, missing scientists, after she had said she had discovered like anti-gravity and it was the worst thing that ever happened to her. I mean, it's terrible, you know? And then they go missing and dead. And then you find out there's like orbs flying around. It's like, why do you even need to have these people killed? You know? It's sad. Sad, I tell you. It's sad.
I know. All they got to do is anything that they have documented, just put it in the Epstein files and nobody will ever see it anyway.
Is it antimatter or anti-gravity?
I think it was anti-gravity.
Let us know in the chat if you're having a good time. Throw a fire emoji in the chat. Let us know if you are having a good time.
I mean, this now might be an appropriate time. Remember that clip that I showed you? That with the guys on the train?
I don't know,
right before we
but
went live?
I'm gonna show you this right here.
Sure.
The guys on the train.
Yeah, pull it up. The guy with the glasses is kind of like the mainstream media.
How about this right here?
Yeah, no. This is so
found
sad.
out I was being physically surveilled by the following method. My ex-boyfriend and I realized that people had been breaking into our apartment while we were gone together in the same vehicle. And so like, I'm in the apartment, I'm about to go to work, and I'm like, why don't you take out the trash and scope out the parking lot and make sure it's okay before I go to work? So he goes out there and he's
This
like,
is her
there's this weird
telling all kinds. I guess this is.
Yeah, this is a sad one.
at the gas station, and that Lexus follows me. And even my ex called an Uber once.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I thought it would be easier, but yeah, she said some stuff, and then she ends up dead, which is kind of crazy. I mean, found anti-gravity, and there might be a short actually that says it. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of sad. And then you see like all these drones and all the types of orbs that are going around. Have you heard of this account called Mind Seated?
No, I have not.
Let me show you this. He actually captures some really interesting things. Let me share this guy's content. I think I watched this video. I think it was yesterday. Let me see. Yeah, 3 days ago. Here.
Yo, what the hell is that? Oh my God, bro.
Lately, there have been some strange things happening.
And it took off like a bat out of hell.
More strange sky sightings being captured by people like you and I are popping up all around the world.
Jesus in Christ, no, what the?
In today's video, we're going to take a look at all these clips, see if there's an explanation behind some
On the chat, do you believe this stuff is real? Like, just let us
of them.
know.
There's a whole bunch of lights in the fucking sky, dude.
And maybe some of these are actual UFO sightings.
This is an insane sight.
Wait, now, this is really strange.
And with that being said, if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining. Hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and let's
Hit the like if you made it all the way. Hit the like, hit the comments, hit the chats, hit the subscribe if you're not. We hang out, we talk about some important stuff, all of it's important, I think, but keeping it light, having a fun, good vibe.
Yeah, Saturday nights we like to kick back and have a little bit more fun. You know, get a little bit more goofy. If you just like keep it serious every single day and you're constantly investigating like all the dark and horrible things about the world, you are not going to be a happy person. Like, you know, and I can tell you from experience, you go too far down these rabbit holes for too long, and like it's gut-wrenching. You know, like it really like affects your soul. Like sometimes you have to just like I said, just
Go into like different things.
Take a step
like-
back and find ways to try to laugh about all this nonsense.
And like sometimes I like the paranormal stuff because it's like I don't know what to believe, and it's a nice escape from the typical like murder and like who am I looking, you know. So for me, I really enjoy this type of content.
I don't even believe in UFOs anymore, though. I'm not gonna lie.
No?
I think
Really?
I think that whatever they're talking about, that these are beings that are already here. I think that they're already on Earth, have been for a long time. I
But
think
they're
that
aliens, though.
I totally believe that there is unexplored territory beyond Antarctica, and there's so much more to this planet than we realize and that we know, and that's what a lot of the flooding the zone and misinformation and all this like manufactured chaos really is about, just to keep us distracted, keep us working, just keep us bricks in the wall, spokes in the wheel, keep the machine going, and just not let us know what all of this is really about.
I mean, I don't know. This stuff can be kind of interesting. Let me I'm gonna play a little bit, see what you think here.
Dive in.
It's mind seated. He does a good job.
Okay, first, if you haven't seen this one, this is crazy. Check this out.
Dile a tu mamá que saque su celular, pero rápido. Mira, no sé qué es esto. Vi cómo se mueve. Córrele, dile a tu mamá que venga rápido.
And this goes on for like 5 minutes, where she just captures this object trailing around at a super fast speed, and it's going in every direction. It's going up, down, left, right. This is not some parachuter with a flare. Nobody can figure out what this is.
No sabemos, mira cómo se mueve.
It's the drone that Elon Musk plays with now that he's a trillionaire.
UFO sighting that was in one of the last compilations I did, where a guy captured this.
I mean, what do you think it's? Oh, that
I
looks
do.
very similar.
I think it might be. You know, think about it. You got $1 trillion. You run SpaceX. You know, you're gonna make some cool shit. Could you imagine that? You find out that it's like Elon Musk sitting at his desk or sitting in his backyard with a remote control, flying some shit that everybody thinks is a UFO. I mean, come on. You chat. You guys don't think that that's believable? It's more believable than the Tyler Robinson shooting Charlie Kirk with the 30-06.
I don't know.
What the heck is that?
You see it, right?
I'm actually, yes.
Okay.
You see it. Hey, it's getting weirder by this.
I know.
They're sticking around.
We're gonna do some digging.
Project Blue Beam on the way, folks.
Well,
Get
someone
ready.
else captured a bunch of these in the sky recently.
Whoa, this is insane.
Whoa.
There's a whole bunch of lights in the fucking sky, dude.
Whoa.
Oh, a bunch of UFOs, like 40, 50 of them.
What?
Whoa, dude.
Just tons of these objects spiraling and circling in the sky.
Whoa.
Like fireflies.
This is weird, dude.
It's weird, dude. It looks like
No idea
fireflies.
what that could be. And here's another similar sighting that a woman captured in Washington, D.C.
What is going on in DC right now? I want to know what these are, because it looks like drones. Like, what is going on here?
That looks like lights.
Are these
That just looks like lights. I don't.
They're like just like circling.
Now, there was some speculation because I believe that this was close to the time of the UFC match for the 250th celebration out in front of the White House. And a lot of people were saying that these are probably just drones testing the show beforehand. Maybe, but nonetheless, you have to admit it's pretty strange to look up in the clouds and see something like this.
Galera, que isso que tá passando aqui no Novo Gama? Coisa estranha.
Thanks. What was that concert we were watching like 2 months ago that had all the holograms?
Oh shit!
Are we able to pull that up or no?
I can. Try
I know
to
we can't
find
play the
it.
music, but you get the visuals.
You
What's
talk
that
for a
fucking?
minute,
What's
I'll
that
try to
thing?
find it.
What's that thing called again?
Coachella event.
Coachella. Yeah, dude. See, that's how disconnected I am from pop.
Oh my
culture,
gosh!
that I don't
was
even know
crazy.
Coachella off the top of my head. I had to like get reminded. That's like how disconnected I am. I don't watch new shows anymore. Very rarely. I don't really watch a lot of new movies. I stick with my old classics. You know, like the old Stanley Kubrick's. They Live, probably my favorite movie of all time, and it's more relevant today than ever before. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you've seen the movie They Live. You know, R.I.P. Roddy Piper. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it because it really is. It's so relevant to what's going on today. Let me tell you.
I want to see.
Thanks.
if I
Have you
can
ever seen the
find-
movie They Live?
I have not.
Oh my god, dude! When we're done with the stream, watch it. We'll do. Wait, can we do watch parties on Discord?
Yeah, of course. That's what we do.
All right, let's do it.
I want to find. Oh man,
I could
this is
watch
it.
that movie every day. I'm not even kidding. I'll never get bored.
This was live at Coachella. Here, I'm gonna.
Yeah, watch what they were doing at Coachella, and you see a couple things glowing in the sky, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's aliens!" Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. What I'll do is I will speed it up so I don't get a copyright. I'll do like 1.5.
You don't even need the music. Just play the animation. We could talk over it.
Yeah. So it's crazy here.
Like if this is what they're doing at a concert, I'm telling you guys,
this
get
is
ready.
wild.
The only conspiracy theory that's like really left on the board, they've like checked them all off, is Project Bluebeam. You know, like something really bad is gonna happen, and they're gonna blame the aliens, and that's how they're gonna scare us all into submission for the new world order for a one world government.
They had it coming out too, where it was like.
Dude, definitely gonna get a copyright strike. Play the music.
You think?
Yeah, you don't need the music. We could just keep talking. Let them look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so crazy. And the guy's in the center, and there's all these 3D holographic like Coliseum around him. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah. You sit here watching this stuff for a night or two, and then tell me, oh my god, there's something glowing in the sky. It's like this is why nobody cares. You got a whole generation. The freaking UFO files came out, and they're like, yeah, that's probably bullshit. You know what I mean? Like if those UFO files came out 20 years ago, it would have been like all you heard about, all anybody talked about for like 5 years. Now it comes out and people are like, yeah, you just don't want to release those Epstein files, you fucking pedophiles. You know what I mean? Like, for real, what are we talking about?
Be like, it was just a fireworks, bro. Like, what's the big deal? Yeah, I mean, I hear you.
And all of a sudden, it just took off into the sky. Now, he didn't capture it on film, but it left
They
a
live,
mark in
I'm
his
pretty
yard.
sure,
and it's
streams on
pretty strange.
YouTube.
Just look,
Somebody in the chat was saying they don't stream They Live anymore. It's on
Yard's
YouTube.
on fire. See, through the window, it looked like it was on fire from people doing fireworks. I come out here, did not have my phone on me. Something was sitting in my front yard, and it took off like a bat out of hell. I got to turn the camera around for y'all can see what it did to the ground. Look, it left that spot with the 3 spots. Left one here.
What?
Dude, I got to start
And
making
left
this
another
content.
one here.
Probably gets mad views,
So
makes all
there's
this
1,
money. You
2,
don't got to worry about the feds killing you.
3 spots. They each got 3 spots around. Look, there.
He just let some pot sit there for like a couple of days. And he's like, look.
Dude, I take down my pool tomorrow. It's gonna look like the movie Signs. You're gonna see like this giant freaking oval in my backyard. I'll be like, oh my god, I came outside. It was like this. Look at the dirt where my grass used to be.
So what's the do you think that they're gonna take Tyler Robinson to trial?
Dude, who the fuck knows? I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't, because and part of the reason why I don't is because there are so many people that are stupid enough to not only believe this Fed slop, but actually like go on social media and like argue about it on like Facebook and X and whatnot. That it's like, who knows? Like if you
I
look
know
at
it's crazy.
If you look at the
All
vast
little-
majority, look
all
at the
little
analytics
pockets of Facebook arguments and little chats. It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
You
Waste of time.
you look at the total population and you look at the percentage of the population that's like actually watching content like ours and has this like idea of what's going on, how screwed up the world really is. It's like this small little morsel. You know what I mean? It's like this small little pocket.
Very.
It's growing more and more all the time, thank God. But like you still have like a lot of people that are just gobbling up the Fed slop, you know, whether they're watching Fox News or MSNBC, CNN, whatever. Like anytime they're coming out and you see people like blaming Democrats or blaming Republicans or blaming immigrants for all their problems, it's like, you know, we're fucked. It's like there's still not enough people waking up.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Now, boots on the ground probably going to happen. Just don't please. I don't want people to forget this war in Iran is not going to stop. They have a plan. Iran is the last part to fulfill that plan. It's been in paper since 1996. It's called Operation or a Clean Break. Let me see if there's something that I can play that we can cover because Clean Break.
that'll be great for the algorithm. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, let's see if Nick Fuentes explaining it. That would be great.
Just play an old clip of Lindsey Graham so that he can explain it all in a positive light, like it's a great idea. I'm sure you have right here a couple of those.
I have a clip that it gave us right here. It's actually me explaining it.
Get Lindsey Graham. He'll be like, we need to protect the Jays. We need to overthrow all of these countries that are supporting terrorism and hate America.
A new strategy for securing the realm. Policy document that was prepared in 1996 by a study group led by Richard Pearl for Benjamin Netanyahu, then Prime Minister of Israel, still today. The report explained a new approach to solving their security problems in the Middle East with an emphasis on Western values. It has since been criticized for advocating an aggressive new policy, including the removal of Saddam Hussein from power in Iraq. Not saying that he shouldn't be there, but again, it's part of a playbook. That's why I put this poll up. We have 151 votes. Did you know that this was a planned event from 30 years ago? Did you know? It's a 30-year plan, okay?
Wait, hold on. Pause it real
According
quick.
to the report's preamble, it was written by the study group.
Damn, you didn't even have to do a deep dive and do some real research into this. That shit's right there on Google. Just right there for the world to see.
Yeah, right there. And then the rebuilding defenses. Yeah, you've got that.
In
you've got rebuilding defenses, which goes along with it right here.
And listen, I don't want to say forget about the war with Iran. I wish we could forget about the war with Iran.
Can't do it.
But
They're going to do it all the way.
People need to realize that there is an even bigger war going on, and that is a spiritual battle for souls. And every single one of us is fighting it, whether you know it or not. And now more than ever, it's important for people to just unplug a little bit, think about their lives, and if you haven't already, reconnect with God and realize what's important for this life. Personally, I believe that we are spiritual beings just living out a physical existence. It's like a physical experience. And I do believe that, at least to some degree, that life is a test. And the majority of Americans are failing. It's like you can't just live for this world as we know it and live for money and the material things of this world, because it's I mean, just look at where it's gotten us. You know what I mean? Like, again, there are people that have a lot of power and a lot more information than us that use a lot of time, energy, and resources to just keep us confused and keep us disconnected and compromise our morality. And it's just really important that people just start identifying these landmines and stop stepping on them before it's too late. Sorry, I just wanted to get that out.
No, that was good. It's important. I'm gonna read some of these super chats and just kind of go from there. Thanks. Go to Google Translate. Oh, let me pull it up. Go to Google Translate, go from Russian to English, type Epstein, then type it backwards so it'll look like Epstein Nipse. It says Epstein didn't kill himself. Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've done it before. Yeah, it's very interesting. Thank you, Gabs. Very strange. Texan Ninja. Glad to see Danks and Bayes streaming together. Yeah, we do every
Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Almost every Saturday. We missed last Saturday, but I'm hoping that we don't miss any more.
We're pretty consistent. I mean, we've done almost the other part of the year since we started. In my opinion, Mike Boom messed up. It electrocuted him. Back up was a shooter with a small caliber in the front row. That's what hit him in the neck, and that's why the SD card had to go. No one is looking into the front row. I agree. I think front row is super critical. I think the front row is actually why they don't want to release that footage.
And the people in the front row had the best shots with their camera to be taking pictures of other people in the front row or under the tent or here or there. I mean, just think about all those images with the perfect shots of all those hand signals, all those distractions, all those images and videos that had us all chasing our tails for months. Somebody had to take that footage, and maybe, just maybe, they took that footage for a specific reason. And guess what, guys? It worked.
It did. BH, $5. Think John Cullen is the one talented limited hangout? If so, what do you think that means for Vegas investigation?
Well, Vegas investigation is a very, very hot topic with YouTube and the algorithm. I think that me and Danks need to start at least once a month doing a show just on X where we can really get into some other topics and go a little deeper and be a lot more blunt with our words when we talk about certain things. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that can't make it to Spaces, but yeah,
not even in Spaces. Just stream the show on X. Just AJ it up.
Stream to X, yeah, and Kick.
Yes. And guys, please follow us on all platforms. I stream on YouTube, Kick, and X. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, pretty much all the above. I'm not on Rumble yet, though.
I'm on Kick right now, and also I've gone live twice, I think, this week in Club Vatra on Discord. So definitely come join. Wednesdays we have a session. We also randomly I'll pop in. Join the investigator tier if you want to join the weekly Wednesdays, or $5. Just join the community, pitch in on the research, or just chat with some of the homies. Clubvatra.com/Dankster Intel. Clubvatra.com. I'm losing my voice. It's dry out. That's why. What's up, guys? Running late. Just joining, but wanted to say, hey, boys. Hey, thanks for all you guys do. Thank you. We appreciate you. Kelly Cornog, make a movie about Henry Winkler, making a movie where he plays Harvey Speed and Jeffrey Epstein, showing scenes of him trying to differentiate between them.
Way to take my idea and make it 10 times better.
I like it. Thank you for the idea. Robin Yarborough, $10. Salem Media needs to be investigated. Trump's owned some of it. Also, Charlie Kirk made a deal with China and TikTok to be able to control his own voice. He did that deal without anyone. They were pissed. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I know Salem Media. I've done an investigation in Salem Media. You know who you're talking to? You know who you're talking to. Go to americansfortransparency.org.
JD Vance brought that up in his Rogan interview.
Yeah.
I covered that the
Did
other
he bring
day.
up the website?
He didn't name. He was just talking about. He said that there were people out there that were putting hit pieces out on him and slandering him for his position on our not so greatest ally. And he said, he's like, and the people doing this, one of them specifically, I'm not going to say his name, but he used to work for the Trump campaign, and he is a registered foreign agent taking money from so and so. And then I just paused and I'm like, I think I know who he's talking about. So he referenced a Time magazine article. So I pulled up the article, and lo and behold, he was talking about Bradley Pascal.
Yeah. Kind of crazy, huh? Want to see if I can pull that up. Let's see here. Yeah, this is former campaign managers running an Israeli influence operation targeting Trump's MAGA base. Damn, bro.
Look at the mug on that guy.
Time magazine. According to a Time magazine investigation, man, Time magazine, bro. It's not just me too, though, but there's a lot of people. Even Barron was involved. Gen X girl, statecraft, responsible statecraft. A lot of people, man. But americansfortransparency.org really paints it out. Shows you the money. Shows you the FARA documents, what they say, where the money is going and coming from. And good. I'm glad this mother effer is getting caught. Because this is some traitor type of shit right there.
Speaking of polls, I did a poll before saying, do you think Palm Beach is Jeffrey Epstein? 42% said yes, and 58% said no. That's a pretty close vote, though.
Mine is 32% said yes, 43% said no.
Oh, and you had not sure in there. Yeah, not sure is a
Yeah.
cop out. You had to do yes and no. If they're not sure, then they shouldn't
No,
even vote.
you don't get a good you don't get a good response usually. You get a better one when you put I don't know. Do you think Palm Beach Pete is Jeffrey Epstein? No, 43%. Yes, it's still high, 32%. 7 out of 10. All right. Thank you so far for the supers. Welcome, new member Carmageddon. Okay, I'm Swap Size to show love here. What is your email as well for unsolicited information about Utah? You can send over to right here. On the top, is there a scrolling ticker? Thank you, Carmageddon. Yellow journalism is reality TV. Started with them destroying My MTV, a scripted real world. Yeah. Thanks for the super critter. Gifted. Thanks. Say thank you, Kelly. Member for 2 months. Kelly says thanks. Best guy. I love these guys. Oh my goodness. I couldn't help but eat them. I wouldn't usually eat on the scene, but my goodness. Michelle, Real Bayes membership gifted. Member for 2 months. Michelle, what's the background? Red hand, arm, gotta? No. Who are you talking about?
The background, red hand, arm.
What are you talking about? I don't know. Can you see in the chat?
I'm not sure.
I don't see it. Anyways, not sure. No way there are aliens here. They would take one look at the global nonsense on Earth and say, nah, let's go home. They are nuts on Earth. You ain't lying, huh? You ain't lying. Well, anything else? I think we might wrap it up here.
Yeah, we could wrap it.
Yeah.
I already gave my speech. I do got to be up early tomorrow. But guys, thank you so much for everything. And Danks was talking about Club Vatra before. Actually, you know what? Real quick, let me do I have mine? Yeah, you want to pull me up real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so I am on Club Vatra as well, and I'm going to be doing a show this Thursday. There are multiple tiers if you want to support the channel, but now I have a one-time $20 access tier that will get you into the community, be a part of the Real Bayes team. You'll get a voucher for 30% off on any order in the merch shop, direct line. And this Thursday, I'm going to be doing a show on Discord. I might have 1 or 2 special guests, and I will be pulling members onto the stage. So we'll all be able to chat, hang out, maybe do some sort of watch party. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know exactly what time I'm going to be doing it yet, but it'll probably be a little earlier. And then I plan on doing that more consistently as well.
Definitely want to go to clubvatra.com/realbayes or Dankster Intel to join our weekly conversations, daily conversations. We're in there all the time. I wake up, I'm like texting in there, I'm half asleep. They saw me cut. I don't know if anybody knows I had gotten stitches. The Discord, the Club Vatra community, which we're communicating through Discord, they knew. They were there the whole way. I was bleeding. I was sending images. So if you want, that's the
sweet potato.
Sweetened super inside scoop. That's how you get in. Yeah, cutting a sweet potato. I cook for my dogs, and I just messed up. I wasn't paying attention. Thanks for reminding us what is really important in our spiritual life and taking a step back. I, for one, need to. Absolutely. You have to. You have to.
We got Danny, $20. Thank you very much. Not big on socials. Facebook only in 40s. Here and there. Hop on other socials too. All my kids. First time ever recently. Got on X. See the value. But wow, so toxic. Yes, it is. I want to see Screwdriver and hear Mikey's reasoning for behavior. I would love to hear Mikey's reasoning for behavior as well. Oh, did you also, speaking of Mikey, did you see that video? It was another, I believe, newer YouTuber with the In Cahoots channel, where she made a video. Apparently, Mikey McCoy was sliding in the DMs of some older woman that was asking questions and sending like creepy audio messages. Hold on, I'll find it real quick. You're gonna love this one.
Spicy.
Yeah, it was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was actually it was Ian Wentz that originally covered it.
Kay Lee with the Danks Bayes super sticker. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So isn't Discord for gamers? No, it's just for communicating. So Club Watcher is just a way to get into our Discord. So we keep all the scammers out, all the people that are bad actors. Some they charge all different types of things, whether one-time fee, lifetime membership, monthly, annual, whatever. Everybody's got different tiers and stuff, and you join the Discord through that. And Discord is just to communicate. If you saw mine, I might be able to share my Discord. Let me see.
Yeah, Discord is a really good place to share notes in the community. And obviously I'll be in the chats and see everything too. So like a lot of people that like want to send emails like, oh, I want to show you this. I want to give you that tip. You put it in the Discord and, you know, we have a whole community of people that do research and whatnot. And you guys just all get to pool information together. And, you know, I'm in there too. There are a couple other creators that are in my Discord.
Yeah. It's a chat room, you know, it's chat room. We're all talking. There's different topics. It's got our YouTube videos that drop, our X posts that drop. Public chat for everybody.
People can share content from other creators that they enjoy.
Yeah, there's voice stages. You can go on voice chat. Everyone can come hang out. Got the Y-Files guy. Yeah, so it's dope. Like I really enjoy it. Our community really enjoys the Discord, and it's a great way to get communication and video and cameras and microphones and just research and everything, all that.
Yeah, I've had a lot going on so far this summer, but I'm planning on dedicating, you know, having at least one night a week. Right now, I'm trying to make it Thursdays, but that could change depending on the community and how things go. And just organizing video chats and voice calls, and just like this way, you have, you know, a higher level of interaction and getting your voices heard.
Yeah, it's yeah. Jesse has a good one too. So I have mine. Jesse has his. So mine's 10 a.m. Pacific. His is 12 Pacific. Jesse. His is a lot more like just chatting with the members. Mine sometimes I got an agenda. Bayes, I think you're starting your weekly on Thursdays or something.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do the same time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific. But here, you want to bring this up real quick before we wrap it up? This one's actually good.
Because the way that I got this picture was one of my followers, who is an absolute stranger. She has nothing to do with Turning Point. She has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with Mikey. Just a follower who is a married woman who Mikey McCoy responded to in DMs and sent this photo to. But in addition to this photo, he also sent her an audio message. Listen to this.
Hi, this is Mikey. To answer your question, I actually don't even give out my phone number, like really to anybody either. And truthfully, like it's probably even weird I'm giving it to you, but I don't know. Like ever since you messaged me, like there's sometimes I think about stuff, or like I'm talking to people and I just feel like the Lord brings up on my heart again just to talk to you. So I don't know, who am I to really question it, but
oh shoot,
I'm also like the world's worst texter, so I'm sorry. I think that also correlates to being even worse at Instagram messaging. Anyways, it's been nice talking to you. I really appreciate you.
The Lord wants you to slob on my knob.
Again, like,
on the cup.
everybody. Like I don't also really have time to talk to everybody, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's the Holy Spirit or whatever, but nice to meet you.
Holy Spirit.
I wonder how Mrs. McCoy feels about the Holy Spirit touching Mikey McCoy and influencing him to message this older woman in that manner. A little creepy.
Is there more?
No, that's pretty much it. Then they just rant about it. We'll keep playing. We're going to get the
Always
reaction.
taking the time.
I don't know about you guys, but when I hear that, it sounds really weird. Okay, all the stuff about the Holy Spirit and God and whatever. Like, brother, it sounds like you're just hitting on an older married woman. She's old enough to be your mother, and so that to me is really strange. Am I crazy? Like, why? What? Huh? What do you take from that? You tell me. I have said this from day one. I have always felt like something is weird about Mikey. I've always felt like he comes off as somebody who is like reaching out for help because he's been abused or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm just saying that's a weird message that Mikey is sending to some random married lady who's old enough to be his mother, who has nothing to do with Turning Point whatsoever. Is he reaching out for help or is he hitting on this woman? What is going on? By the way, for all of you that are asking, she also does not have some like massive following. So it's not like he's sending this photo to someone he thinks is going to be able to get the photo out to the masses. Like, it's so weird. So Mikey McCoy has some explaining to do. Why did you?
So, yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, because apparently
Mikey
the
McCoy-
story behind that is he apparently was taking a picture of Charlie right before he went down, and he sent it to this woman.
Well, he was on live stream, so he snapped a screenshot. Even he was been on live stream the whole time. Thank you for the support, Danny. Good to see you. Yeah, Mikey.
The Lord touched me and told me to send you this photo.
Yeah. Is he? Who does he think he's playing, bro? Who do these people think they're messing with? They think we're just a bunch of idiots, bro. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's so nuts. Danny, Tanks, any chance for you guys to arrange an X space for listeners to discuss through specific aspects of the case? LMAO and Mikey McCoy audio. Do feel he had similar upbringing like Eric Kirk. Think of his dad, MK. Yeah, no, I hear you. And yes, definitely could very easily set up a space. I just might do that here soon. Maybe next week. Yeah, we could think about that. I'll put together a space next week. All right. Thanks, everyone. Love you guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next Saturday. We'll see you.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.